Alright, so going to do a little tutorial for the secret sauce. So the secret sauce is an indicator that I was able to code based on a YouTuber's strategy from a while ago. I followed that individual for quite some time, probably about, I want to say, a year and a half. Over that period of time, he shared his strategy, which heavily relied on trend lines to begin with, and then he kind of developed an indicator using a couple that were available on TradingView, and then I was able to see how he was using those and coded this particular indicator to signal exactly as he was trading, basically. So you come in TradingView, open up the indicators tab. Down in the invite only is where you'll be granted access for this indicator, and it's called the secret sauce. So I'll just add that to my chart here real quick. First, let's just see how it looks. You will have these three lines here at the bottom. If you zoom in, you'll actually see that they're dots, and each of these lines correlates to a time frame. So when we pull up the settings for this indicator, you'll see a few different things. Number one, you'll be able to go in here and select the time zone that you are in, and then set your trading window. So that is fully customizable for you. You get to trade exactly when you want to trade. So this is New York, and then 8 to 4 p.m., 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. for New York is, I think, just the defaults I have coded in there. You can change the colors for these circles down here in case you don't like red and green. And then this is probably the most important part of the indicator, is these time frames. So the defaults are for time frame 1, 15 minutes, time frame 2, 60 minutes or 1 hour, and time frame 3 is 4 hours or 240 minutes. And what this does is it goes to each of those time frames and looks at what is there and tells you whether or not it's going up or going down. And you can change these based on which time frame you're trading on your chart. So the YouTuber really enjoyed trading on the 3-minute time frame for a while. And while he was doing that, he traded the 15-minute on time frame 1, 60 on time frame 2, and the 240 on time frame 3. More recently, he's, I guess, gone into scalping mode. I don't know. So he's been trading it on the 1-minute time frame for a lot of his charts, and then he changed these values to the 5-minute, the 15-minute, and then the 60-minute. So he just basically bumped those down to the most common time frame increments there. The one last thing here that I put in, it's use time frame 1. So you can actually color the candles using the lowest time frame filter. So if you click that on, you can see it will remove that top one and just leave the other two, and it will stick that lowest time frame on the candles. And when I was trading this, this is the particular layout that I enjoyed trading it in. It helped me hold my trades longer whenever I would get a signal, and just not worry as much about what color the candle is at that particular moment. So yeah, basically how this indicator signals is once all of these time frames are lined up, it'll print a signal. So you can see here the highest time frame was green, the middle time frame turned green, and the lowest time frame was green. And so once all three of those lined up, it prints a buy signal. And then same thing with sell signals. Once the highest time frame turns red, middle time frame turns red, the lowest time frame was already red, all three of them come together, it prints a sell signal. And it's as simple as that. And so oftentimes people will set their stop losses at the recent swing high, target anywhere from a 1-to-1, 1.5, or 2, or just hold it until the time frame flips in the other direction, whether it's the lowest time frame or the middle time frame, whatever. Some people will get groupings of signals often with the instrument that they trade, and so they'll use it as a way to take a smaller position at first and add into it. So you could say add maybe a third of your contracts that you normally trade when the first signal comes up, and then another third, and then another third, and then hold until hopefully you get a drop in your particular direction. And it's just a way to kind of cost average in your position over the course of your trade. I definitely recommend you to do heavy back testing with this particular system. Find out what gives you good results. Like I mentioned in the indicator description on my Discord, Scripted Signals, this particular indicator, I was not able to find consistent profitability with it. Whether that was just I wasn't disciplined enough in trading it, or it isn't very good at generating signals that I like to look for in the markets, or if I was constantly trying to hold for too much, and rather than going in really heavy at the start and then taking partial profits quickly and letting just a small portion of my trade continue to run for however long the market was willing to go. The YouTuber who trades this system tended with that latter particular trade management strategy, where whenever he would get a buy signal that met his criteria, which is that, just buy signal apparently, he would go in very heavy with a position, say 10 micro contracts, and then once it moved 1 or 2 candles in his favor, he would close 8 of those contracts and lock in a portion of his earnings, usually around 75 to 80% of his position size, and then he would let that remainder 2 contracts continue to trail as far as it would go. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I would highly recommend probably trading this on the 3-minute time frame, because that's what he generally traded. Also trade during peak times in the market, whether that's shortly after London Open or shortly after New York Open. Those are obviously the periods with the highest volatility in the market, and the ones that will give you the greatest opportunities, because this is basically a trend following strategy where you will get into the market when all things start lining up going in one particular direction, and then exit when either it starts to turn against that direction and go the other way, or obviously once again hold for just a set RR. Alright, well, that's the secret sauce. I hope you enjoy it and find success with it. Thanks. Bye.